Issue 12. Is your smartphone smarter than you? This morning, my smartphone woke me up and told me what the weather would be like, then played my favorite music while I dressed accordingly. Then it turned on the microwave oven and cooked my breakfast. When I got to the subway, it ticketed my itinerary and reminded me of my transfers as they approached. Once I got to the office, my smartphone already had a series of calls lined up that I had to respond to, and it alerted me to various birthdays and other special occasions I needed to be aware of and sent out congratulatory messages. It ordered my lunch and made reservations for dinner. On my way home, it shopped for some nice wine and ordered a gift for my spouse. But late that night, it went on strike, and I don't know how to get through tomorrow. Comprehension. 1. How did the writer know what to wear? 2. Did the writer take any photos? Of what? 3. How will tomorrow be different? Be as detailed as possible. Express yourself. 1. Is your phone with you 24/7? 2. How do you feel when you're disconnected for some reason? 3. Do you always buy the latest model? Why or why not? 4. Which is more comfortable and convenient for you, talking on the phone or just texting? 5. Do you want to look at the call record of your significant other? Why or why not? 6. What do you think about a couple who mutually agree to share their phone records? 7. Do you answer your phone when you are driving? Why or why not? 8. How old should a kid be to have a private phone? Why? 9. Do you think parents have a right to see their kids' phone records? 10. Do you think phones should be prohibited in school? Why or why not? Should there be any exceptions? 11. Name a few applications you use most days. 12. What apps would you like to have available in the foreseeable future? Use your imagination. 13. Is the life of people on an SNS, social networking site, the same as real life? 14. Phones have become miniature supercomputers. Do you ever feel intimidated by the fast-evolving technologies on your phone? When? 15. Is it acceptable for your boss to send you text messages late at night? How do you respond? 16. Should an SNS be the place to declare one's love or to conduct an argument? 17. What are some of the most significant impacts on our lives that cell phones have brought about? 18. Some businesses are disappearing because of cell phones, while others are booming, thanks to the widespread use of cell phones. Talk about the reasons. 19. Will the day come that your phone becomes smarter than you? Opinion samples. 1. I do not want to live my entire life under constant scrutiny. Privacy is difficult enough in this world, so I do not want to sacrifice what little I have left. And just as I do not want my spouse or my boss to know about every private telephone call I make, I also don't want to subject my children to the same scrutiny. Because they are kids, I know they will make mistakes, just as I did at their age. But I want them to develop into strong, independent adults, and I don't think they can ever do that with a parent constantly appearing over their electronic shoulder. 2. My friend yesterday casually asked me when my daughter's birthday was, and I couldn't answer without consulting my smartphone. I was both shocked and embarrassed. How many intimate and important aspects of our lives have we lost through neglect? How much of our privacy have we sacrificed? What will happen if there is a massive power failure and all of our data simply disappears, without written records or reliable human memory to replace it? Until my conversation yesterday,
I was very smug and comfortable about the wonders of modern technology. But now, I'm not so sure.
Dialogue. How smart technology can make us dumb.
What time is our dinner appointment tonight?
Let me check on the phone. 9:30.
Where are we supposed to meet?
Let me see. At the Swamp Cajun restaurant in the lobby. I don't know exactly where that is, but GPS will get us there. Don't worry.
And who are we dining with? I forgot.
Just a moment. Here it is. We're eating with our in-laws, Frank and Betty.
In-laws? Is Frank your brother or mine?
I don't remember. Oh, Frank isn't anybody's brother, but his wife Betty is your sister.
Of course. I'd forgotten.
She's 3 years older than you are.
Do they have any kids?
Let me check. Ah, yes. You have a niece, named after yourself.
Good. What's her name?
Same as yours.
I know that, but what is it?
Give me a moment. Oh, yes, of course. You're Helen.
Helen? That doesn't seem right somehow. Do I have a nickname?
Not that I can tell, just your password. But I don't think anyone ever calls you Elephant's Memory 34, do they?
No, but then I never talk in person to anyone else but you, so I really don't know.
Do you remember who I am? What's my name?
Wait, it's on the tip of my tongue. Let me check on my phone. Oh yes, Harry.
You cheated. You had to look it up.
Why do we need to know anything when it's so easy to look it up?
Questions. 1. Is there some important date that you need to be reminded of? What is it? 2. Do you rely on your cell phone to keep track of your calendar? What else does it remember for you? 3. Is the information on your cell phone ever wrong? What happens then? Read and discuss. From verbal to written communication. This afternoon at lunchtime, I happened to be sitting near a group of young people in a local restaurant. The entire episode was surreal to me because they didn't talk to each other during the entire meal. I just assumed that they were, like so many other young people these days, so preoccupied with texting someone that they neglected civility or courtesy. Eventually, the one who looked like she might be the boss suddenly stood up and said, "We are all agreed that, on the next project and how we're going to approach it, this has been a very productive meeting. We should get together again soon and talk over our next move." It was only then that I realized they had conducted the entire business meeting by texting each other, even though they all sat at the same table together. None of them seemed to think it strange at all, but I sure did. I couldn't help but think that either they were alien beings or that I was a time traveler from the past. I'm not old, but suddenly I miss the old days. Questions. 1. Have you ever been in an awkward situation when you were in a group of people texting instead of talking? What was your reaction? 2. Which do you think is more convenient or effective, texting or verbal communication? Why? 3. Do you think the day will come when we will forget how to talk? Let's talk funny. Cell phone towers, not a cancer risk for kids.
After a detailed investigation, we conclude that cell phone towers do not pose any cancerous risk to children.
What is the evidence for that?
We could not locate any indication of such an occurrence.
Really? I'm surprised. What was the focus of your investigation?
We investigated the devastating effect such a find would have on the telecom industry. Questions. 1. Who do you suppose the spokesperson represented? 2. If cell phone towers actually did pose a cancerous risk to kids, what would happen to the telecom industry? 3. Which should have priority, a very remote chance of cancer for some kids, or the universal convenience that modern telecommunications brings?
Points to ponder. The following sentences are all related thematically. They express a wide difference of opinions and attitudes. You may agree with some of them and disagree with others. Please discuss what you think the sentences mean and what you think about them. 1. When smartphones first appeared, they were so cool. Only when it was too late did people realize they are as cruel as the electronic bracelets placed on prisoners on remand. 2. Smartphone dependency is now called compulsive communicating. 3. These days, a phone battery can last longer than most relationships. 4. Smartphones are tools which fools fiddle with when they are around people that they don't have the courage or the intellect to converse with. 5. Girls are like cell phones. They are expensive and they love to be held and talked to. But if you press the wrong button, you are instantly disconnected. Meanwhile, guys are like buses. If you miss one, another will come along soon. 6. Smartphones, smart cars, smart televisions. When are they going to start making smart people? 7. When our phones fail, we panic. But when our friends fail, we laugh. 8. I feel naked and alone without my phone. But with my phone, I can actually be naked and alone, and it does not matter.